All right, guys, today we've got this Toyota Corolla in the shop, rocking a color you definitely can't miss. Bright cyan blue. Trust me, this thing is so bright, if you lose it in a parking lot, you might need sunglasses just to find it. Now, the two doors here need a little love, but instead of respraying the entire car, we're going to do what the pros do. Just a mist of base coat where it's needed, then blend the clear across both panels for that factory fresh look. No hard lines, no patchy finish. And here's the deal. Blending clear coat isn't just about spraying, it's about technique. I'll show you how to avoid those rookie mistakes that leave runs, dry spray, or worse, that dreaded halo around your repair. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know how to make two panels look like they just rolled off the showroom floor without repainting the whole car. So here we've got the two doors we're going to be working on today, already masked off nice and clean. I went ahead and sanded them down with 1,500 and then refined it with 2,000 just to make sure the surface is smooth and ready for paint. You'll notice I also marked out the repair spots with a black guide spot, so we know exactly where our blend areas are. This way, we're not wasting time or product spraying where we don't need to. Everything's prepped, clean, and ready. Now it's time to lay down that mist of base and start blending in the clear coat. Oh, almost forgot. Before we even think about spraying, the most important step is cleaning the surface properly. You can sand and mask all day long, but if there's any dust, grease, or fingerprints left behind, trust me, it's going to show up in your paint job like an unwanted guest at a wedding. That's why I'm using a clean microfiber cloth here to wipe down both panels. You want to make sure the cloth is either slightly damp with surface cleaner or tack rag style, so you're actually picking up the dirt instead of just pushing it around. Notice how I go in smooth overlapping motions across the panel. Don't rush this step. Think of it like brushing your teeth. If you skip a spot, you're going to regret it later. A clean panel means your base coat will stick properly and your clear will lay down smooth with no dirt nibs or fish eyes ruining your finish. So remember, prep isn't just half the job. Prep is the job. Clean panel, happy paint. Now that everything's been wiped down with a microfiber cloth, take a look at this panel. You can see how clean and smooth the surface is. No dust, no grease, no fingerprints. This is exactly what we want before laying down any base coat. A clean panel means the base will actually bond to the surface instead of sitting on top of contamination. And that's what gives us a flawless foundation for our clear coat blend. Remember, paint will only ever look as good as the prep underneath it. And this right here is the proof. Now I'm just going to mist the base coat directly over those black spots we marked earlier. The key here is light controlled passes, just enough to cover the repair area without flooding the panel. This gives us the color we need only where it's required, while keeping the blend area nice and smooth for our clear coat. Now we're going to let that base coat we just sprayed flash off. Flashing simply means giving the paint a few minutes to settle and become tack-free before we move on to the clear coat. This step is crucial. If you rush it, the clear can lift or cause streaks. So just let it sit, relax, and do its thing. Once it's ready, we'll be set to start blending the clear perfectly over these panels. Now that the base coat is flashed off, I'm going over the panel with a tack cloth. This picks up any remaining dust or tiny particles that might have settled, giving us a perfectly clean surface. Think of it like giving your paint one last gentle wipe before the clear coat. This small step makes a huge difference in the final finish. All right, now we're moving on to the first pass of clear coat. The key here is light, even strokes. Think of it like laying a gentle blanket over the panel. You don't want to soak it, just a smooth mist to start building your clear layer. This first pass is all about laying down a tacky, even surface for the next coats. So pay attention to distance and speed. And remember, don't rush it. This isn't a race. It's more like painting with a gentle giant hand. By keeping it controlled and even, we set ourselves up for that flawless, mirror-like finish once the second and third passes go down. Always focus on technique, because a bad first pass can make the next layers fight you. Now that the first pass of clear coat is down, we're going to let it flash off. This means giving the paint a few minutes to set and become tacky, not wet, so the next coat will adhere perfectly. Rushing this step can cause runs or uneven layers, so patience here is key. Think of it like letting bread rise before baking. Give it a little time, and the end result will be flawless. Now we're applying the second coat of clear. This pass is all about building depth and gloss, so we keep our strokes even and controlled, covering the panel fully without overloading any areas. You want to maintain the same distance as the first pass and move smoothly. Think of it like giving the car a gentle, shiny hug. This layer reinforces the base and starts giving that mirror-like finish we're aiming for. So take your time and enjoy the process. By the end of this coat, you'll see the paint really start to come alive. Now that the second coat of clear is down, we're going to let it flash off. Just like before, this step allows the clear to level out and get tacky so the final coat has something to grip onto. If you rush, you risk runs or trapping solvents under the surface. Think of it like letting your phone charge to 80% before unplugging. It's that sweet spot where everything works better. A little patience here makes the last coat lay down smooth and glossy. Now we're laying down the third and final coat of clear, and this is where everything really comes together. The goal here is to get that deep, glossy, showroom-style finish. So this pass should be nice and even, with full coverage. You want to keep your gun distance consistent, overlap each stroke by about 70%, and move at a steady pace. Not too fast, not too slow. Think of it like icing a cake. The smoother and more controlled you are, the better the end result will look. This final coat not only locks in the shine, but also adds durability, protecting all the work we've done underneath. By the time this coat settles, you'll see that beautiful bright cyan blue pop, through with a crystal clear finish. And just like that, our blend is complete. No patchy spots, no hard lines, just a seamless job across both doors. Painting cars isn't just about spraying color and clear. It's about patience, technique, and a little bit of passion. Every coat you lay down is like progress. The first one feels small, the second one feels better, and the final one is where the shine really comes through. Kind of like life. And yeah, sometimes you'll get a run, sometimes a bit of dust sneaks in, but hey, that's what sanding and buffing are for. Nothing in painting or life is unfixable. Remember, the difference between a beginner and a pro is practice, and maybe how many times they have accidentally painted their shoes. If you're enjoying these tips and want to keep learning how to make your car shine like new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Together, we'll turn every panel into a mirror.